see, once we come into the presence of the Lord and we receive him in our hearts and we start to live and seek to live by his word, we need to start getting rid of some things in our life. Because see, all the wisdom in the word that God brings us, we can't just say, okay, just because I come to church, everything going to be okay. Because see, he can't put something new in you until you get rid of some of the old stuff. If you got a glass, this glass of water that's sitting here, I can't put more water in it until I take out the water that's in it. We can't get filled with something until we become empty. Amen? And that's what we have to understand in this relationship with the Lord. You got to get rid of who you used to be to receive who he wants you to be right now. Now that's what Asa was seeking to do. Asa was seeking to be brand new. So he started out trying to do something different. In Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7, it says, when a man ways is pleasing to the Lord, he makes even his enemies be at peace with him. So God said, when you do what I asked you to do, I'm going to tell all those that's trying to come up against you to back off. And they're going to see something good in you to the point where they ain't going to want to mess with you no more. God can do that for you. Well, we come into the problem is when we start trying to fight our own battles without him. And then we wonder why we're having so many issues and why they won't back off. Because they don't fear you, but they will fear the Lord.
That's right. Come on, preacher. Come on now.
Now, I jumped right into this and I need to back up. Because I did something my pastor has informed me about before, and I didn't tell you what the title of this message was. Amen. See, I'm still learning. I don't claim to know it all. But what he wants to tell us today is that he is a God of second chances. The title of the message is a second chance God. Amen. Now it's true that God will give us peace. And God will test our minds. And he does this just so he can see what we're thinking and see what's going on within us. Because see, a lot of times we think we got it all wrapped up and we think we can do some things where God won't notice some things. But see, God knows all. He knows what you're thinking, whether it's good or bad. You can't hide none of it from him. Jeremiah 17:10 says, I, the Lord, search the heart. I test the mind. Even to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his doing. He searched the heart and he tests the mind. He looks at what's inside your heart. And then he starts trying to see, does that coincide with what you're thinking in your mind? Because a lot of times, a lot of us want to do good, but something up here won't allow us. We got to be balanced. That's why he searches the heart and tests the mind. Because most times we try and allow what we're thinking to lead us instead of what we feel. Now some people, it's the other way around. But either way it goes, we should be dependent on God for all guidance. And that way we don't have to falter to whether it's our feelings or our thoughts. Let God be our thoughts and our feelings, and then we guarantee to do his will. After 10 years of rest, Asa was challenged by Zerah and the Ethiopians. But his faith in God was revealed in verse 11, where it says, Asa cried out to the Lord his God and said, Lord, it is nothing for you to help, whether with many or with those who have no power. Help us, O Lord our God, for we rest on you. And in your name we go against this multitude, O Lord. You are our God. Do not let any man prevail against us. There it says, with many or those who have no power. See, Asa sought to depend on God in his time of need to help him fight a battle. He came up against an army of 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots. But see, he gave God an opportunity to help him fight this battle. God will come to our aid whether the opposition is large or small. Whether it's a $30 light bill or $11 house note. God will come to your aid. Whether it's a new tire you need on your car or you simply think you're losing your house, God will come to your aid. It can be a leaky faucet sink or your marriage is falling apart. God will come to your aid. Doesn't matter how big the problem is. But see, we don't have a problem turning over big problems to God. It's them small problems we think we don't need to ask him about. It's that leaky faucet you don't think you need to pray about. Well, let me just call so-and-so and they can come over here and fix it. But what if so-and-so ain't the one supposed to come fix it? Because a lot of times the one we think supposed to come help us with something ain't the one God wants us to call on. That so-and-so come over there and make the faucet completely be broke even worse. And then you got to spend more money. And then you sit back wondering, God, what am I to do? We need to call on him in every situation, in every circumstance. Because he's a second chance God. Whatever the issue, whatever the size of the problem, God will resolve it if you are faithful. If you are seeking in obedience according to his will. And what you are seeking brings him glory. Seeking in obedience according to his will. And it's going to bring him glory. His will and him glory. His will and him glory. Not our will and not exalting us. It's not about what we want. It's not about us trying to look good. It's about his will and bringing him glory. John 14, 12 through 14 says, most assuredly I say to you, he who believes in me. That's where that faith part comes in. The works that I do, he will do also. That's where that doing his will comes in. And greater works than these he will do because I go to my Father. And whatever you ask in my name, that I will do, that the Father may be what? Glorified in the Son. His will and him glory. If we abide by the scriptures, all our problems can be dealt with. He gives us the solution to all of it. All we need to do is listen and pay attention to what he's telling us. Do according to his will, bring him glory, and that second chance we can receive. Our faith in God cannot be displayed to him through our words only, but it must be also through action. It must be through action. Simply to say I believe is not enough. I can say I'm rich, but if you never see me with riches, you don't see rich in me. I can say I'm good, but if every time you hear me I'm cussing, you don't see good in me. I can say I got a brand new car, but if every time you see me I'm on a 10-speed, you're going to have a hard time believing that I got a brand new car. Whatever we speak, we must also show. If you say you believe, you must show your belief in your action. You can't say you're faithful, and every time you got a problem, you're trying to solve your own situation. Because then the question becomes, who are you faithful to?